Yo, welcome to my channel. It's your boy RABBITTASTIC back with another video, and in today's video I have a Rogue Company Season 8 settings video for you today. And if you enjoy this video at all, don't forget to hit the like button on it and consider subscribing for more Rogue Company content. But with that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and now let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be going over is my display settings. I'm going to show you all my display settings, and I'm going to go ahead and show you all my NVIDIA settings. That gives me all my color effects, plus it gives me better graphics for the stream / videos. Okay, so I keep it on full screen mode. I keep my resolution on 1920 by 1080. I keep VSync off because you don't want to see like screen tears in your game while you're playing, so I keep that off. But I guess it could be preference to other people, but I would always keep this off. I have brightness on 50 because I keep it on default since I use my NVIDIA settings to give me brighter color effects and all that. I keep my safe frame rate at 100%. For colorblind mode, I keep it on Trident because it gives you that little bit of brighter effect than it does on none. So that's why I keep it on that. And for my view distance, I keep it on high. I keep my shadows on low. Some people do put it on mediums because you can see people through walls sometimes if you have it on medium, but I always keep it on low because I really don't care about shadows that much. Anti-aliasing and textures and post-processing I have all on medium to give the stream a little bit better of a quality, so everything doesn't look like Play-Doh and like everything just looks plain, so I give it a little bit of textures with those three. And visual FX and foliage I keep on low because those two plus shadows hurt your performance on your game the most out of anything here. But now I'm going to go over my NVIDIA settings to show you guys what I have over there. Okay, for my NVIDIA settings over here, I'm not going to go through every single little thing, but I will scroll through it so you guys can copy it if you want to. Okay, so that's all my 3D settings if you guys wanted those. Now I'm going to go over my desktop color settings. This will be for my main monitor. So I keep brightness on 50 because I don't want everything super bright. So I just keep it on 50 on both. Then I keep contrast on 50. Then I turn my gamma down to a 1. I'm pretty sure it defaults like a 1.25 or 1.50. Okay, so the one thing I do to give my game a better color effect is that I change my digital vibrance. I have it on 80 right now. You can have it anywhere. I'm pretty sure it's usually set on 50% at first, but I have it up higher so my game gets a bigger, what's called brightness effect, like an orange effect. But I keep mine on 80 because it gets a little too bright on Rogue on certain maps like favelas or other maps where it's kind of unplayable because the map is so orange. Like Factory is a big one where the smoke comes in. I can't see nothing if it's any higher. But since they did remove the smoke off Factory, it's not that bad anymore, and I probably could turn this up again. But I keep it at 80%, but you can turn it at whatever you want. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be going over is my audio. For my master volume, I have it at 75%. I have my music off because the music in this game is copyrighted, and I don't want my videos to get copyright striked. My menu, character selection, round start, and objects EQ all at 20% because they don't really need to be that loud because how often do you really need to hear these? Not really at all. My sound effects, I have at 90% because I want to hear the sound effects a bit higher than I do the master volume. Plus the master volume controls everything below here anyway. And my voice chat, I keep at, it doesn't really matter what I keep this at. Depending on how loud my teammates' mics are, I just turn it up and down, but I just have it at 75 like my master volume just to have it like that. I have voice chat on. I always have voice chat on. There's no sense in not having it on. But everyone should always have push to talk on it. I'm tired of getting in the lobby of console kids and they have this off. Kind of annoying. I get that you guys can't push a button like I can on keyboard, but kind of annoying. And this one I just have on all. Doesn't really matter. And I use 3D headphones because I just think the sound sounds better in 3D headphones than it does with it off. So I always just keep 3D headphones on because it sounds way better. Okay, now we're going to be going over my controls. I'm going to show you my keyboard controls and my controller controls. Okay, I keep all 4 of these off. I don't see any reason why I should keep these on. For my mouse sensitivity, I play on a 2.5 mouse sensitivity. My targeting sensitivity is a 53 and my scope is a 37, and I'm playing on a 1000 DPI. ADS mode's on hold. The X and Y axis I keep off. There's no sense really having those on unless you want to play inverted. And for my controller settings, there ain't nothing special here. I'm not that good of a controller player. I just got these settings pretty much from other people and testing. But I play on a 4.4 because the sensitivity in this game compared to other controller games I play is really fast. I usually play on 6.6 on every game I play, but here I play 4.4. And I'm playing on a 50 horizontal and a 40 vertical ADS just because I don't like my ADS vertical the same speed as my horizontal. I just feel like I overshoot the top of someone's head when I try to aim up at their head. I have both my dead zones on 0.2. I'm like, I have a new controller, but I just like having it like higher than I do lower. But if you play controller and you're a good controller, I would recommend having these down more, depending on if your controller is good or not. Like if it doesn't have stick drift, I would keep it down lower, but I just like having mine higher. And for my acceleration boost, I keep this on 100% 3. Most people in the game keep this at maxed out 105, but I don't like that. I don't like it's like odd where it turns faster after a couple of seconds. It just throws me off. So I like it a little bit to go faster, but I don't like it super fast. And my sniper sensitivity, I have it a 40-30, but I don't snipe on controller. I just suck at it. But when I do snipe, this is like the sniper sensitivity I do use. Okay, now we're going to be going over my bindings. I'm just going to scroll through it. I don't want to have to go through every single individual ones, but I will tell you the ones I have changed. Okay, for all the ones up here, I have not changed any of the bindings. These should all be on default. Okay, for these, the only one I have changed is my dodge roll. I switched it from control to mouse 4 because it's more convenient to hit mouse 4 than it is for me to move my pinky down and hit control. And for dodge roll on controller, I'm pretty sure it's not usually... I think it's left bumper and not right bumper. And I have crouch at left bumper instead of right stick. I just always crouch with my left bumpers in every game I ever played, so that's just how I do it. And for my gadgets on mouse, the only thing I have changed is I switched my gadget to mouse 5. It used to be G. It's just more convenient for me to hit mouse 5 when I'm throwing like nades and stuff than it is for me to just hold G. So I just hold mouse 5 while I throw my nades. For all these on my controller, I'm pretty sure these are all on default. Except for gadget, I think it's usually right bumper instead of B. That is everything down here. And I have not changed nothing down here. This is all on default. So I'm going to scroll up real slow so you guys can copy this again if you want to. Okay, so that is my binding. So I'm going to move on to gameplay and my socials. For gameplay, I keep quick cast on when I'm playing on keyboard, and I turn it off when I'm playing on controller because it's a lot harder for me to hold the button on controller than it is for me on my mouse 5 button. So I keep this off on controller and on mouse and keyboard. My auto pickup I always keep on except for when I'm playing Sabotage. I would recommend always turning this off when you play Sabotage so you're not accidentally picking the bomb up. My language is English. And my hold time and double press time, I always keep it on 0.15. I don't really know what these do, or I should adjust them, but I'm always just going to keep them low because I don't see why I shouldn't keep them all the way low. My equips and team comms, I keep both on. Both of these displays I keep on, so it adds my damage numbers up. And for my FPS, I always keep it off because I recommend having it off so you're not sitting there focusing on your dropping frames if you start dropping frames because it'll take away from your gameplay. So if you're dropping frames, you obviously can tell you're dropping frames, but I don't want to have to sit there and focus on the number on the top left, so I always keep this off. And for my crosshair, I changed this a bit. I always changed the color a bit, but I'm currently on Cyan again because I just like the look of it. And I think I go between 12, 10, and 8 for my crosshair height, but my width is always on 2. I use a medium shotgun reticle, and I use the circle DMR reticle because I love the circle. I was one of the few people who recommended this whenever they did it, and I was glad they did it. And for socials, I play on NA East and I have Do Not Disturb off. Well, those are my Rogue Company Season 8 settings. If you have any questions, leave a comment on this video and I will be sure to answer those questions about my setting. But until next time, I hope you all enjoyed this video and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!
We gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction cause they know Brit and Mo, I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham, this ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey.